Well, hello, hello, hello. We all knew it was just a matter of time. We knew it was just a matter of time. It has already been put out there. I got this information from another YouTuber by the name of, let me make sure I have her name correct, Grace Report. And this is where I retrieved information from. This information came out 3 hours ago. And basically, MTV has reported that Janelle Evans is no longer a part of Teen Mom 2, following the news that her husband, David Eason, shot and killed their dog. MTV has decided to cut all ties with Evans, who has been a part of the series since 2011 debut. MTV ended its relationship with David Eason over a year ago in February 2018 and has not filmed any new episodes of Teen Mom 2 with him since. An MTV spokesperson exclusively told Us Weekly in a statement, additionally, we have stopped filming with Janelle Eason as of April 6, 2019, and have no plans to cover her story in the upcoming season. We knew it was a matter of time. I'm not shocked. Um, I always felt that David was going to ruin her. He was going to see to it that he ruined her. Basically, when MTV stopped filming David, um, I felt this strong sense that he was, at some form or another, he was going to find a way to sabotage her. I knew it because the moment he was no longer being filmed, he was no longer in a spotlight. And I know that he loves to share the spotlight with his wife, Janelle Evans. He loves to share the spotlight with her because he wants everybody to see that he is the man of the house. He is the captain of the ship. I knew that the moment MTV decided to stop filming him, that he was not going to be man enough to just accept the fact you messed up. You made these homophobic slurs, which caused you to lose the privilege of MTV filming you with your wife Janelle, knowing, not understanding that the majority of the viewers of MTV are the LGBT community. So for you to make a statement like that and you posted on Twitter is one thing. If you made a comment and somebody heard you, but the fact that you posted it, you cannot erase something once it's posted. You cannot renege, you cannot take it back. It's pretty much a done deal at that point. Um, so once he did that, MTV had to cut the umbilical cord. They had to cut him loose. They could not afford someone of David Eason's status to cause them to lose to lose their brand that it took years and years and years for them to build upon. So I do not blame MTV, not one bit. David Eason was not worth them losing the majority of millions of viewers all because he made some ignorant statements that caused him to be put in that position. So I understood where MTV was coming from. However, I also knew that once MTV decided that they were not going to film him anymore, that he was not going to bow down gracefully from this. He was not going to be a real man about it and just accept his loss and move on with his life. I knew he wasn't going to do that. He doesn't have a manly bone in his body. Any of us who have been watching Teen Mom 2 for quite some time, everybody has been dead. Well, the majority of people have been dead set against Janelle marrying David. Now, let's be honest. Janelle has never made the best of decisions when it comes to men. Um, it's a few of them we can name. We can start with Jace's father. Um, we saw that was a disaster. Went from that to Nathan, and we saw that Nathan was a very aggressive dude. So that also became a disaster. Even before David, when she got with Kiefer, I think Kiefer was kind of in the middle before she got with David. I can go on and on and on. Janelle has had more men in her life than the damn army has had soldiers. Okay, so I can't remember. I can't recall all the men that she's been with, but it's been quite a few. And the problem is, she has never made the best decisions in the type of men she chose to be with. And in the process of that, she's given her mother straight hell. I mean, Barbara, I commend her. She's a very strong woman. I don't think Barbara really gets the credit that she deserves. I see people talking negative about Barbara, Janelle's mom, every once in a while. They'll say she's a drama queen. They'll say she's too controlling. But in actuality, I feel the complete opposite. I feel like Barbara is a real stand-up woman, a real stand-up grandmother to deal with Janelle's unappreciativeness and disrespect, and yet still not allow that to sabotage her from having a close relationship with her grandson Jace. Because I know some grandparents, honey, that the moment they grandchildren disrespect, I mean, the moment the mother or the father disrespects them, they want nothing to do with the grandchildren. I'm like, okay, you want to disrespect me and act like that? Okay, I'll tell you what, I'm not getting my grandchild. I want nothing to do with my grandchild, because I know the only way I'm gonna be able to have a relationship with my grandchild is I'm gonna have to deal with you and deal with your disrespect. So just the fact that Barbara decided to overlook all of that and still be there for that grandchild, I give her props. However, what Janelle has come to what she's not realizing is that Janelle has a lot of debt that needs to be paid. Janelle owes a big, big debt. And I'm not talking about a debt with a credit card or a debit card. I'm not talking about that type of debt. Janelle owes a big debt with karma, and karma is coming to collect. Okay. Janelle is going to be facing some hard times, and it's only right, and it's because of what she has taken her mother through, the disrespect, putting men first before her mother, just flat out, just being a hellraiser, being a child that has just been very hard-headed and has always rebelled. So, and the fact that Janelle allowed her companions to disrespect her mother, she allowed Nathan to do it. She allowed, of course, her current husband David to do it. So it was bound to come back to blow up in her face. I mean, it's old to her, and I'm glad that her and her mother have gotten close now. And I noticed that only reason they're close, the closeness pretty much began to me when MTV stopped filming David. That is when we saw the closeness between Janelle and her mom, because David's not there in her ear like a rock roller, like a pit bull. I'm your husband, and the hell with her. You don't need her. You got me, and blah blah blah. David was basically a hellraiser husband. He was being with him was like being with a drill sergeant. Okay, he's a hot mess. Mm. I'm sipping my coffee, y'all. I just knew Janelle was way in over her head when she got with David. David looked like he was just too much from the start. He just looks demonic. He looks like he's a lunatic, a narcissist. He looks bipolar. He looks schizophrenic. This man looks like he has more damn mental illnesses than JCPenney's has sales. I mean, this dude here, he just looks off the goddamn chain. I don't trust nothing about him. But it's going to get interesting, y'all, because ironically, I told my mother. I told my mother that when, because my mom's a big time Teen Mom fan too. I told my mom, I said, Mom, when they stop filming him, I said, David is going to pull something slick. I don't know what it is, but he's going to do something where he's going to ruin them, because David is so used to being in control. He's not going to allow his wife to have the spotlight without him. It's not going to happen. He's going to do something to ruin it. So the moment I noticed when MTV stopped filming him, she got close to her mom, like I mentioned earlier. Jason's father came back into the picture, and I'm like, if David sees all of this and sees how, how close her mom is without him being there, then Jason's father is coming in the picture, then who's to say Nathan may come into the picture. I knew he was going to feel some type of way, because David is a man child. He's just a straight man child. The only thing that makes him manly is probably his body odor and his facial hair. Other than that, underneath all of it, he's a straight little boy. He's a toddler. Okay, he's worse than Nathan and Janelle's son. I forgot, I forgot his name, because Janelle just has so many kids. It's just hard for me to keep up. But it is it's just been a recipe for disaster. Um, I knew he was going to up the ante once he was no longer allowed to film, and from that moment, I told my mom, I said, Janelle, if she has any sense, what she needs to do, she may need to come off of that show, because something is going to happen. Either he's going to cause her to lose that show, or she's well, if she decided to stay on the show, David was going to continue to keep making himself look worse and worse and worse, to the point to where she was not going to be able to defend none of his actions. I knew it was going to be one or the other, and in a sense, it ended up being both. Now she's not able to defend his actions, and he caused her to get put off the show because of the incident with the dog. If y'all have not heard, Janelle's puppy was playing with their daughter, the last child they had together. And you know how puppies are, sometimes when babies, they can be a little too rough. They like to pull on them and grab on their ears. And the little puppy just kind of bark and snap. Now, meanwhile, the puppy is not no bigger than a damn microwave. Okay, he decided to kill the puppy. He shot him. Okay, he shot a puppy that was the size of a microwave. So you mean to tell me, as a grown ass man, when you saw this puppy snapping at your daughter, you couldn't put him in a cage? You couldn't pick him up and put him in a cage. You couldn't put him in the backyard. You had to kill him. And I tell you, that really devastated Janelle. And not only it devastated her, but my thing was, it devastated her, but not enough to the point to where she should have left his monkey ass. When she saw him getting out of character like that, that should have been a red flag. Well, she had thousands of flags before that, but when he killed the puppy, talk about, I'm defending my daughter, I'm protecting my family. Are you serious? This guy's a lunatic, I'm telling you. So basically, he kept upping the ante. And because Janelle kept sitting back, defending him, making excuses for him, no matter how much she tried to protect him, and I'm sure a lot of her protecting him, like most abused women, is because she fears that if she doesn't, she's going to get her ass whipped, or basically, he's going to resent her. It's a lot trying to protect a man that's very abusive, especially when that man is your husband. So I'm sure behind closed doors, she's went through a lot. But we knew eventually David was going to keep up in the ante. And that's usually what happens sometimes when you try so hard to protect these abusive men. They end up embarrassing you. They end up shaming you. They end up making you look bad. And that's basically what happened in this situation. No matter how much she tried to protect him, he upped the ante. And now it's gotten so bad to the point to where MTV finally said, I'm going to put a plug. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all on this. I believe MTV been wanting to get rid of both of them. I bet the producers, I know I would, seeing the way David would disrespect them and act all territorial, like this is Madhouse. They probably couldn't even They probably couldn't even walk in the same room too long without him getting out of pocket with them. You can tell he's a typical country bumpkin, right, white trash type of dude, and he's never had anything. He's come from nothing, and all of a sudden he's up here acting territorial, like he paid for half everything in there, like he paid for the house, like he paid for the cars. He ain't paid for a goddamn thing in there. I'm sure he ain't paid for nothing, not even all the bullets in his guns. He ain't paid a damn dime. That's Janelle's money. That's those teen mom checks that was paying for everything. But guess what? All of that has come to an abrupt end. Teen mom is not cashing any more checks. They are doing away with Janelle and David. They have washed their hands and they are done. I cannot blame them. David is a high risk factor, and the truth of the matter is that is her husband. And when one marries, two comes together as of one. So basically what it boils down to is they got to cut ties with hers, because dealing with her is the same as dealing with David. Even though they tried to separate them and film her separately, that was not going to happen. And David was going to see to it that it was not going to go on without him anyway. He was determined to make that happen. So basically, this is what it has boiled down to, y'all. Um, Basically, MTV has shut it down, but this is going to be the part that I fear for her the most, is what he wasn't taking into consideration, knowing that his wife was the one making the money because of the brand she was under. If he was a smart dude, being that he already has such a negative publicity from the way he behaved on the other couple of seasons, if he was smart, he would have fell back once MTV wrote him off for the incident he did on Twitter. He should have been smart, just fell, set back, let his wife continue to be the star without him. That way they could continue to keep getting them teen mom checks, because David has a lot of financial baggage. He has child support he has to catch up on. He has all kind of court fees. The dude is in a lot of financial debt. So with that being said, he, being that Janelle is the sucker of a female that she is for him, he should have just stayed cool, sat in the background, and let Janelle keep making those checks so he could get her to help pay off his child support, lawyers, and whatever other debts he had. But no, his ego and his nastiness got the best of him, to the point to where he was like, okay, I tell you what, since y'all are not going to fear me, y'all going to only fear my wife and act like I don't have a purpose here, I'm just going to be an ass and I'm going to mess everybody up, and I don't care who gets affected by it. Not taking into consideration Janelle has kids she got to take care of, including the daughter that they have together. He would have had been living his best life, just sitting in the background. But because he's such a controlling dude, he did not want to do that. And not only that, he wanted to get attention. So again, he had to up the ante because he done got used to being in the spotlight. And it upset him from the spotlight to be snatched from him, even though he was the cause of it. So basically, my fear is now, once the MTV checks stop coming in, because I'm sure they're going to, I don't know how it works when you get fired, if they're still going to cut her one more check, the buy her off. I don't know the dynamics of how that works, but what's going to happen is now that's going to put him in a position where he's going to have to be a man. He's going to have to get a real job. And my thing is, I don't think it's in him. I don't think he has a manly bone. I've never even seen him work. He's before MTV took him off, he was on almost every goddamn episode up Janelle's ass like an enema. And the main thing I'm thinking as a woman, do you have a job? Because you got too much time to be in the camera. You got too much time to be around Janelle. I've never even heard him talk about the job. Now, the other teen moms on there, I've heard even Leah's first husband, before she got remarried the second time. I remember he had a job, and then even her second husband, Jeremy, he had a job. He was doing a little construction thing. Um, who else? Chelsea, I know her husband, and he's a dog. Um, he has a job. Um, Let me see. When Caitlyn was with Harvey was in the military, basically. So the majority of these men on Teen Mom had some type of job occupation. Only few that I know who didn't was David, Chelsea's baby daddy, her daughters. I haven't seen him so long on there. I know he didn't have a job because he wasn't paying no child support or anything. And Caitlyn's baby daddy Joe. Now those three dudes, I've never heard about them with a job. They always had time to be in front of the camera. That lets you know a whole lot because a man has pride. A man is not going to keep sitting around a woman and being filmed all day. He wants the job. He wants to feel like he's the man. He wants to hit somebody's punch time card and clock in and clock out. Any man that's comfortable sitting around a woman day in and day out and not feeling bad that other men out there is working, that already lets you know. So basically David had a lot of room to be in Janelle's behind. So my only fear is now that the checks won't be rolling in, what is he going to do? How is he going to be able to provide for Janelle? And see what it is now. Janelle done been, I'm not sure, every been 11, 12 years. She done got used to living a lifestyle. She done got used to buying things and traveling and doing stuff. Now they're going to have to go back to being normal. He's going to have to get a job at Walmart as a stock boy or something. He's gonna have to do something. My thing is he's so lazy and prideful at the same time. I think Janelle's world is pretty much going to crash now that she's not getting them MTV Teen Mom check. Their relationship is going to really be tested. Now I really believe their things are going to get worse. There's going to be more arguing. There's going to be more fights because he's going to be miserable because she's not making that money, even though it's his fault. But by him being a narcissist, he's not going to take accountability. He's going to say it was Janelle's fault. You should have stuck by me. You shouldn't have never agreed with them and let them take me off the show like it was in her hands. But that's what narcissists do. They gonna find a way to make you responsible regardless of what, even if it's things beyond your control. So I believe things are going to get worse. He's not going to be able to handle being a man and paying the bills. He's going to rebel. Um, Hopefully it doesn't end in anything tragic. Hopefully he doesn't get so overwhelmed and stressed out that he spazzes out and he hurts Janelle or hurts the children. Hopefully he doesn't do anything crazy because I just don't trust him. A lot of people do not trust him. But anyway, what is y'all opinion on this? Do y'all really think things are going to look up from here, or do you think things are going to get worse from here on out? I just don't see the ending of this being good. I really think it's going to be a disaster. It's going to be worse than Hurricane Katrina. Okay. I just really believe now that she's been fired and terminated, the dynamics of her life is going to change, and I don't think it's going to change in a good way. But anyway, what is your opinion on this? Do y'all think it's going to get better for her and David at this point? Or it's going to get worse for her and David at this point? Anyway, just let me know. I know I haven't been uploading as much, but I'm gonna try to really start staying on top of my game and uploading as much as I can about these different reality shows. So anyway, y'all, leave your comment below. I am a new blogger with this particular channel here. So again, if you can do me a favor, just make sure you hit the like button, or you don't like button. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell if you like the content that you heard today so far. So I look forward to basically, sharing some more of my opinions and giving you my intake on the drama in these reality show streets. Again, it is Mocha, and I'll be hollering at y'all soon. Take care. Bye.